We are here on the quad at Cal Poly Humboldt. I'm with some students here who are going to tell me what is going on and what this space is about here today and for the next week, what the celebration is about.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. So we are a collective of anti-Zionist Jewish community members and students who have come together in the past year. Some of us met at other religious observances or at protests, and we've come together to create community for anti-Zionist Jews because we believe really firmly that our religious teachings encourage us to stand up against genocide wherever we see it taking place, whoever is perpetrating it, and whoever is experiencing it. So we set up a solidarity sukkah on the quad. It is Sukkah starts about now. It's at sunset and it lasts until next Wednesday.
Okay.
And it is a festival, especially when we honor the hardships that our ancestors went through that have allowed us to be where we are now.
Okay.
So you're supposed to construct a temporary structure like we have here, and you're supposed to eat all your meals in it in honor of the temporary structures that our ancestors lived in for 40 days and nights when they were in the deserts looking for the Holy Land.
Got it.
So we set this up in solidarity with Palestinians who are currently experiencing genocide. And if you look over here, we have an altar set up as well. We have a list of names of people under 18 years old who have been killed by the Zionist entity. We have photographs and stories of martyrs. You can never have enough to really signify the 40,000 to 85,000 people who are dead. We have a honorary candle for our friend who died earlier this year, and we have a space for people to write the names of their ancestors and invite them into the sukkah with us.
Okay.
So that is why we are here. That is
Okay.
what we are here for. Our ancestors survived genocide, ethnic cleansing, expulsion, racist policies that allow us to be strong and firm in our views now, which is standing up for all humanity, all human life.
Okay, so I'm aware that you received a visit from, I'm assuming, an administrator or two. Can you guys tell me about that?
We were visited by Mitch Mitchell, and he delivered this letter to us.
Dean of Students?
Dean of Students. It includes photographs of our sukkah that they took earlier this afternoon. They came and spoke to us a little while after we had started setting up, asking what we were doing, and we offered modifications, and they were not fully willing to engage in conversation then. They walked away. And they came back after everyone else had left the quad. We believe, although we can't say why they would do anything, we believe that they did that to be back at like a less populated time, so not as many people would see.
Right.
The letter is a notice of a policy violation, violating TPM policy, which we know is notoriously vague and changeable, based on how they changed it during the student encampment last year, as well as all the changes that we saw over the summer, even in the past couple of months when they changed the place and time specifications. So we were given this letter. It is vague. It says we are violating a policy, but it is not saying what they are going to do to us, who they are going to call, how they are going to deal with us.
Okay, so let me
So,
ask you, is there a
that's it.
level of fear in what the response could be?
We're fully aware that administration on this campus is willing to use brutal force against their students. That is something that was made extraordinarily clear to us during the student encampment, and is also clear to us in the fact that one of the university police officers was charged with using excessive force. And after he was charged with that, he became a police officer on our campus. It is clear that they do not have students' physical well-being in mind or in their hearts, that really they are trying to cover their own butts, and we are causing not even really much of a disruption, but a disruption to the status quo, maybe, and they don't like that.
And now, did they specify what exactly the violation is? Is it the structure?
It is the structure itself. They said that it doesn't conform to fire code, and we said we are more than happy to speak to fire marshals or to talk with them about where we can put the structure how we can make it more accessible, how we can make it more appropriate, and leave it up for the full week. But they were unwilling to engage when they dropped off the letter. They just told us to read and would not answer any of our questions.
Okay. If you don't want to say, that's fine, but I am curious about how do you see the week going?
Our hope was that we would be able to put this up and leave it open as like a cultural learning space. We have literature about Jewish history, anti-Zionism, Zionism, the holiday that it is, as well as a lot of reading on Palestine, and some resources for self-education as well. Our hope was that this would be a learning space and that they would like to come and learn with us, and that doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay. Any further thoughts?
Not now, not till we get to talk to admin.
Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to hang out for that and we'll see how that goes.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, I encourage you to.
Thank you. Do you have the...
There we go.
That's okay. Okay, thank you.